Welcome to As the Story Grows. I'm Brian Patton. Today we welcome Moneky3 guitarist Boris to the podcast. Moneky3 released Welcome to the Machine last Friday on Napalm Records. Boris talks about how the band's name is a tribute, the struggles of trying to find a vocalist, and why the band ended up going instrumental, putting together album concepts, the artwork for Welcome to the Machine, and more. Thanks for checking out this interview. If you're new, I'd love if you subscribe to the podcast feed and never missed an episode. In March, we are doing 3 episodes a week, so lots of opportunities to discover new music. You can find links to the show's Discord server, mailing list, and Patreon page in the show notes or at asthestorygrows.com. Enjoy today's chat with Boris from Moneky3.
I'm in the backstage because I have a show tonight.
Oh, nice.
I just finished the sound check.
Nice. That's awesome. That's rad. Where are you currently then? Where are you playing?
I play a small show in a small town in Switzerland with a cover band.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Well, let's dive in. Let's start with the name of the band, Moneky3. Where did you come up with the name?
Well, that's a good question. It was a long time ago. Actually, at the beginning, we used to just play, just do jam sessions. You know, we're just a jam session community with a lot of guys from various bands coming in, out, and just jamming. And it was the name that was given to those jams, basically.
Okay.
And when some of us decided to take it to the next level and do a real band, we kept that name, you know, just to remember.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's rad. One of those things where you're 10 years in and you're like, yeah, I guess this is the name we're stuck with, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Let's go back. What originally got you into music?
I used to be a big music fan when I was younger, you know, and listening to a lot of rock music. And I thought that it would be cool to be a musician myself, you know.
Yeah.
I started by listening to bands like AC/DC, Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, those kind of bands. And I kind of wanted to be Angus Young, you know, like jumping on my bed with a fake guitar.
Nice.
I said, okay, maybe let's try a real guitar.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, but that was the beginning of it.
Nice. What was the music scene like there in where you're from in Switzerland? Did you have a good music scene, like supportive community, or was it difficult?
No, it was kind of tough.
Yeah.
It still is, actually. You have a lot of bands, a lot of very good bands, but in a lot of various genres, and there's not like one strong scene with one genre and then another scene and stuff like that. It's like a big melting pot of various genres, kind of bands, and so it's difficult to have to grow in a really strong scene, like maybe in the early 90s in Seattle or in the late 70s in London or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
So it's still tough, and usually Swiss bands need to go outside of Switzerland to have a career, you know.
Yeah.
So, but it's better now. It's better. but it's still tough.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like there's a lot of musicians, but it's like not everybody wants to play what you want to play. So it's like, where are my fellow
Exactly. And Switzerland is a small country with 3 different languages, and so it's tough.
Yeah, it makes it tough.
Yeah.
You said Moneky3 kind of formed out of a jam session. Was there just like a community rehearsal space where people get together and play?
Those jams were happening in various rehearsal space, depending on availabilities and stuff like that. So there wasn't just one space, a lot of various spaces to play, and usually it was happening like late at night, even if it's early in the morning, stuff like that. So there wasn't like one dedicated space for that.
Gotcha. What was the moment where you go from just jamming to forming a band?
Well, at some point we noticed that we were a few people that were always there at those jam sessions. And we said, okay, there are a lot of people coming, but the core of those jams are always the same guys. So it looks like we get along pretty well and we like the same kind of music. So why not try to write real songs, and not just jamming? And the decision came thinking about all those things, But the core people of those jam sessions became the band.
Nice. Was it always your intention just to remain an instrumental band, or did you try vocalist and having lyrics on your songs?
At the beginning, yes. We were looking for vocalists. And actually, we never found one that suits us. So we thought, okay, let's try it instrumental and see what we can come up with,
Yeah.
And at that point, there weren't many bands playing instrumental music at that time in that kind of music. And we got very inspired by a Dutch band called 35007, which is one of our main influences as Moneky3.
How'd the band get connected with Napalm Records?
We met them at a show. We were playing in Berlin, in Germany, and they came to see the show. I don't know why, but they came. And after the show, they talked to us, and they had a proposal, an offer for a deal. And we thought that a label like Napalm would be an update for us, and it would help us to grow quite a bit.
Yeah.
So we said yes right away.
Yeah. They're a metal label, but they have a very diverse roster of bands across the spectrum of metal genres.
And they really take care of their bands. They are very, very cool with the bands, and they are supportive. So it's very important.
Yeah. You guys released Sphere in 2019, and then 2020, the world shut down. How did COVID and kind of the world locking down by and large affect the band?
We toured for Sphere during 2019, so it was a good year for us. We were able to tour almost the whole year, so that was cool for the promotion of the record.
Yeah.
But then we were supposed to tour in 2020 also, but COVID came along and it changed quite a lot of things, And it was a tough time there. we thought, okay, maybe we should write a new record, and we weren't very inspired.
Yeah.
And then we couldn't meet together because of the lockdown, and in the end, we kind of weren't inspired. So we did basically nothing. And at some point, we had a lineup change. We part ways with our bass player, so we had to bring in a new bass player. So it took a bit of time to integrate it in the band. So then, before writing new music with him, we decided to do shows. So we thought it was better for him to play shows before writing music. So it's why we were a bit slow to write the new record, but now it's there, so it's good.
Yeah. It's interesting to hear you say how you were uninspired to write new music. It seems like a lot of bands took that time to write, but it's like it was such a hard and debilitating time that like that couldn't have been easy to just be like, all right, now we're going to write songs while everything is fucked up around us, right?
Yeah, and the thing is that as we mostly write music starting by jamming, we have to be together.
Yeah.
And with the various lockdowns, it was not possible to be together. And actually, we noticed something is that we need to be in a good mood to write music.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but some people are very creative when they are in a bad mood. For us, it's the opposite. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. This new album is called Welcome to the Machine. When you guys are coming up with an album title and kind of song titles, because you're an instrumental band, are you thinking about a concept to run through the arc of the record when choosing your names?
Yes, usually we think about some kind of concept. Not when we start writing songs, though.
Yeah.
We first write the tracks, and at some point we say, okay, we feel that maybe there's something in the tracks that might become a concept. And from there, we choose the titles of the tracks, but also the album's title and stuff like that. Also the artwork.
Yeah.
Names, titles, and artworks come after the writing of the music.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah, the music inspires what the concept is. That's
exactly.
the driving factor. Yeah. Yes. Well, talk to me about Welcome to the Machine and kind of what led to that title and the concept of behind these songs.
Yeah, at some point we started to have some sort of a reflection about the world we are living in right now, with a lot of digital things everywhere happening. Codes for everywhere, e-banking everywhere. Now artificial intelligence and stuff like that. So we start thinking about what the future can be with all those new technologies, and how us human beings can be part of it or not, or how is it working, and you can hear in the tracks that we use way more electronic sounds and electronic loops than we did on the previous records, and we use that to really bring the duality between human being and machine. And sometimes they are mixed together, sometimes they're just one, sometimes at some point maybe there's only electronic sounds, but then the analog sounds come in to destroy the digital sound, or the opposite, or sometimes they work good together. It depends. So using the various technologies for as instruments and for sounds, then we mix that with our own thinking about how we will evolve with all those new technologies. For the theme, we were like quite inspired by movies like Matrix, 1984 or whatever, those kind of, or Terminator for the matter, you know. Like we were inspired by how they tell this kind of story.
Yeah. Who did the album artwork?
The same that did Sphere and the same who did the Astra Symmetry record. Okay. It's a German guy called Sebastian Jerke, and he works with a lot of bands that are on Napalm Records. And we did. It's the third record we do with him, and we really like to work with him because working with him has become, let's say, easy in the sense that we can really share how we feel about the music and the direction we want to have with the artwork.
Yeah. So
we can really discuss together, and we have our concept, but then he brings in some ideas, and it's cool because it's like an extended member of the band, you know. It's cool.
Yeah. You said you had your ideas. Was it? I mean, you're like, here's the songs and here's the title of the record and the concept, and does he just come with his ideas, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came up with those. We explained the concept. Obviously, he heard the music, and then he come up with the visuals. You know, he had several visuals and several ideas, and then we worked together on choosing one that fits what we were looking for.
Yeah.
The idea is like having some kind of object or element that is kind of lost in space, and that element doesn't know where it's heading, you know. It's kind of lost there.
Yeah, it's a cool design. Like, it reminds me, I don't know if you ever watched Star Trek The Next Generation or got that over there, but it reminds me of like the Borg ship.
Well, actually, a lot of people told us that, and I never watched a Star Trek movie, so I have no idea. And people were talking about, that's the Borg cube inside the Borg. I was like, what, the tennis player? You know? It's the only Borg I know. So
all right, but not just me.
but now that people told us about that Star Trek movie, I watched it, and it does something.
Yeah.
But it wasn't on purpose.
Yeah. Album's out the end of this month. What's your guys' plans for this year? Just gonna hit the road and tour, like trek through Europe?
Yeah, the tour gonna start in May. Okay. We'll do a first run in Europe in May, then still Europe for summer festivals, and then Europe again during the fall. So basically the whole year, a tour in Europe. So Europe is all covered. Yeah. And then early 2025, we will be heading to Australia.
Nice.
And we'll see if we can find a way to come to the States. Yeah.
Thanks for listening to As the Story Grows. Our intro music was written and composed by Jeremy Hunt. The As the Story Grows theme is by Bob Nana. If you like what you hear, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and give us a rating and review. If you'd like to support the show financially, you can join us at patreon.com/asthestorygrows. Be a part of our community and join the ongoing conversation over on Discord. If you enjoy this episode, share it on social media with your friends. Much appreciated, and thanks for listening.
I never felt so young and alive as when I'm diving into a tune. And now I'm learning as I listen along, and the wheels are turning, and I word. I'm